But yeah, man, I don't have that same passion for rapping like I did before.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if I sit there and write, I feel like I could come up with some creative shit and all that stuff.
But you don't need that right now. Like right now, how about we just gotta just fucking talk?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Right yeah, we can talk.
Fuck
like you said, you know what? The one thing I agree with you with is that you told me is that personality sells nowadays. Like,
hell yeah.
So that shit is fucking true. So, I mean, what y'all niggas want to hear? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm driving to the fucking liquor store. I don't know if you could tell I'm kind of sauced already. But I need something else in my system, man.
Yeah, no, let's talk about fucking, I mean, just, no one from work's gonna hear this shit, by the way. Let's talk about fucking work make you fucking be a slave now.
Man, listen, let me tell you something.
Like that you want to start with a conversation? There goes one. Yo,
right.
That shit is
so,
crazy.
So work, right? Let's start with interviews. You guys out there, does interviews make sense to you? Because to me, it fucking doesn't. How does an interview, like, how can an interview tell whether you could do the fucking job or not? All that could tell to me is whether you can articulate whether you could do a job or not. You could sell someone a dream. You could tell someone that you know how to fucking fly to the moon. You could tell someone that you were an astronaut back in the day or whatever the fuck the case is. But really, it's just you selling yourself. How many people have I seen that ace the interview and fucking suck at doing the actual job?
I was one of them.
Okay, so to me, it's all about like being practical, like putting it into practice. Yeah. So to me, first of all, the whole interview thing is fucked up to me. You know what I mean? And just jobs fucking suck. Everyone could agree to that, right?
The interview process is just to know how much bullshit you can sell to somebody. That's all it is. Shit.
Yeah, but that's bullshit though. Because if you're really looking for someone that could do the fucking job, I don't think the interview is actually effective.
I don't know.
And I feel like if you are looking for the best people to do the job, I feel like they need to change that. If that's the case, they need to change the way they do these interviews, because maybe I'm just too fucking real. Maybe that's what it is.
You're talking about a different world. You're talking about a world where realness shit, you know.
I live in a fucking different world, guys. That's what the fuck this nigga's trying to say. And I'm about to walk to the fucking liquor store. Cool.
Yeah, what's good? It's probably gonna get dark real soon once we move out of this light. But this is Aaron, the big black dude. This is my boy Rick.
What the fuck are you doing?
Ricky. Well, black diamonds. How about we call you Diamonds? Let's get back to diamonds.
Nah, fuck diamonds. Fuck that shit.
Nah, you done with that?
I'm done with that. That's the old me, man.
What we calling you now?
I don't fucking know. We'll figure it out. But
this is Rick.
Yeah, Rick.
Ricky.
Mr. Rick. Whatever you want. Maybe
Rick.
that sounds too damn old. If you
Rick
guys got
Grimes.
any suggestions, man, let me know. All right.
Word. And
but yeah, you know what? Now that you said big black dude, why do you call yourself Aaron the big fucking black dude? Like, I don't get that.
Really?
Because I do watch your blogs, right?
Yeah.
And I seen one where you said race doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Right? So my thing is, race doesn't exist from the nigga that calls himself the big black dude.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck? Explain that to me, because I don't understand.
All right. Well, my personal opinion is race doesn't exist. That's just me. But the rest of the world.
What does that mean, though? Like, is that verbatim?
Yeah,
like,
race doesn't exist.
Race doesn't exist. To you, it just doesn't fucking exist.
Race doesn't exist. Yeah, that's black, white, Spanish. Well, none of that shit matters. None of that shit matters to me personally.
Well, it doesn't. None of that shit matters, and it doesn't exist are two different things.
Yeah.
So, to you, it doesn't matter, or it doesn't exist. Which one?
It don't exist.
It don't. Exist.
It's a non-factor. But I call myself Aaron the big black dude because the rest of the world, that shit is real as fuck to them. So I'm gonna lean into what the fuck.
So you're defining yourself from what the rest of the world would probably define you. Is that what you're doing, or am I wrong?
Yeah, you kind of say that. I'm not really defining myself, but there's no way someone's gonna look at me, just on first glance and not see big black nigga. I don't care if you're white, black, Spanish. That's gonna be inside your fucking head when you first see me. Not whether you know me, whether you don't. So I'm just gonna lean into that shit. Yeah, I'm a big black dude, and more. So I start with that.
Okay.
Okay. Lean into that shit. Like, I'm not gonna pretend that I'm not.
So I'm Dominican, right? So that's like me, but I look black, and a lot of people think I'm black. So that's like me saying Ricky, the Dominican black, big black looking guy, coming at you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I'm gonna try that. I mean,
no. I mean, that's Aaron,
so don't try it.
Aaron, the big black dude, is simple.
Okay.
Boom. It's simple.
What I just said is not simple.
No, that's something complicated.
That's fucking retarded. I got you.
There's mad shit going on in there. But Aaron, the big black dude, boom. That's it. And then there's more to it. Then there's you know me. You've known me for a long time. I listen to fucking rock music and.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably the.
But you know what? No offense, right? But I think. You know what? I do know you. You weren't raised around predominantly like white neighborhood or white people, right?
Yeah.
But I do think at the same time it's like a more of a consciousness that you adopt when you're around a lot of white people. Like calling yourself, okay, I'm Aaron, the big black dude. It's kind of like adopting what white people would see you as. Because there's a lot of big black people, like a lot of big black dudes.
And how many of them are actually proclaiming that? None of them.
But if they're around a lot of white people, I think they will call themselves that. But if they're around more black people, I don't think necessarily it would be unique to them of being a big black dude. You understand what I'm saying? There's so many other big black dudes that they wouldn't call themselves a big black dude because the nigga next to him is a big black dude.
Race is something that you can't take off. I can't hide this. Like whether I say it or not, that's what people are gonna think. That whole I don't see color bullshit that white people say is complete horse shit. They all 100% see color.
You just said race don't exist.
To me.
Okay.
Cause
so you're playing into other people's perception.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm leaning into that shit. I'm big. I'm loud. I'm me 100% of the time, and I'm just gonna proclaim that at all times now. So it's not a negative thing. It's not a positive. It's just me stating the obvious. All
right. So thanks for clarifying. I mean that. I just wanted to know because I had curiosity when I seen the vlog. Like I said,
Aaron, a big black dude.
Yeah, I'm like,
when you're a big black guy, you're singled out in any room you're in. Whether it be a bunch of niggas or
a black room too.
Yeah,
so like
you single out in a black room too. You have to understand. I adopted that name because for a long time I didn't want to be the big black person in the room. Most of the time I speak like for a long time I spoke too quiet. Hey, how you doing? Hey, quiet. super quiet all the time around other people. Maybe not around y'all, but around the rest of the world. And that's because. The more I was myself, the more the world stomped that shit the fuck out. And I realized that what they want with fucking black people specifically is to not be them. Black people get dragged into the fucking dirt for being them. And I'm done being afraid of being me. I'm a big ass loud black nigga, but I'm also smart. I'm articulate. I'm funny. I'm compassionate. Like there's mad other shit in there. But the first thing you're gonna fucking see, and the first thing I'm gonna fuck is a big black nigga. So I'm not gonna sway from that no more, because the world won't allow me to anyway.
Okay.
So fuck all that. I'm a big ass loud black nigga and then some.
Damn. Well, we had some of the big Aaron, the big black dude. Fucking rant, you know what I mean? But, very well deserved and justified. You know what? I hear where you're coming from. This is something that you're passionate about. But I understand where you're coming from. It's the same thing with me being a Spanish black guy, I guess. You know what I mean? So.
What's up, everybody?
Salute.
Aaron, a big black dude here. And my boy Ricky. We don't got a nickname for him yet.
Not yet.
You know,
You guys help me figure it out.
and we just drinking a little bit and talking shit. And we were just talking about that MGTOW conversation, and you started saying some bullshit, and I was like, let's record. You said you agree with them motherfuckers?
All right, in a way, like I said. So, if I'm not mistaken, MGTOW stands for Men Going Their Own Way, right?
Yep, sound like some gay shit.
It sounds gay as shit, right? I agree with that part. But
super duper.
the couple of things that I do kind of agree with them with is, all right, for one, it's almost like, okay, we could all agree if we're real men, right? We could all agree that nowadays it seems like the feminine energy is kind of taking over as far as everyone being super fucking sensitive. You could be a guy with a fucking penis still and walk into a fucking woman's bathroom because you say that you're a woman, right? It's fucking retarded if you ask me. So it's like I can't say that I'm white and people believe me by looking at me. Like if that's the case, you know what? That's a whole another topic. But
here's my 2 cents with the MGTOW. I want to agree with them to a degree. I want to agree with them. It's just the way they go about it is real feminine to me. It's real because the thing is, men and women are different, right? Why the fuck are you going about things like a fucking girl? Like, yeah, I know they got power right now because, you know, legislation and laws are trying to give them all this fucking power. That don't mean you gotta stop being a fucking man. That don't mean you gotta start complaining about women like you're a gossiping fucking housewife. And I just feel like the sentiment is real feminine. So I don't disagree with all their points, but man,
like I get what they're trying to do. To me, what they're trying to do is combat, like I said, combat the whole feminist movement and what's going on nowadays with basically all these accusations of this guy said this, and now all of a sudden there's a fucking rape charge because you said, damn, ma, like, yo, you got a fat ass, and all of a sudden you're getting charged with some bullshit.
His career is fucking
so I
over.
get that. I get that part. That's the part that I get. The part that I don't get is like men going their own way. Like, I'm not trying to go y'all fucking way. I'm a fucking man. I'm trying to go my own fucking way. Fuck y'all niggas. Like,
yeah, but that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of, you know how we used to say like gangs was gay as hell back in the day. It's just another
that's
gang.
That's a good analogy. Like, yo, let's console each other and make ourselves feel better about the world fucking us over.
Yeah, that's not.
But what about all the fucking years that we had bitches doing whatever and they didn't have no rights? That's karma coming back around. So to me,
it's definitely karma in there. But here's my thing. MGTOW is, and I'm gonna be honest. I might delete this or not. You know, this part. But I won't delete this shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I keep all that shit on.
I don't give a fuck. Let's go.
But MGTOW is just some weak white man shit. That's what it is.
I mean, first of all, I only know about MGTOW because I watch fucking YouTube like crazy. Like, I watch YouTube more than I watch fucking TV. So that's why I know about it. I don't know no
one else knows about it.
No Spanish or black people that know about the shit.
Hell yeah.
In the hood or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know any of them that ever brought that shit up. I know about it because I watch fucking YouTube like crazy until I fucking feel sleepy and go to sleep. So I know about that. So I watch all kinds of different stuff. But
it's mainly just beta male white niggas just complaining about them not being strong enough to take care of their women. Like I don't have half the problems that, like, I have issues that they have because, one, I mean they are, if you just look at media today, find one positive male role model on TV. Show me one that's not either a gay best friend or or a strong father or a kid. Like they're. I
mean, I have so many fucking different theories on it. About it. So if we keep procreating, there's gonna be more and more. How many? I don't know how many billions of fucking people are on the earth right now, but like there's a fucking lot.
9 billion,
and we just keep running through resources like it ain't shit.
7 billion actually.
And you got fucking global warming and all types of shit going on.
Who that?
Damn, man.
All right. Well, we're gonna reconvene a little bit later. Or you gotta be in it. You gotta be in the cipher. Yeah, we might.
You never did one of these?
No, he ain't never do one of these yet.
Come on, bro. Come on. Sorry.
We might start getting wild in here. Like,
all right, so.
But yeah, so.
Yeah, man, we back. What's up?
Talking about.
Madness. I don't know what I'm gonna call myself YouTube wise yet. Rick, I'm gonna roll with that for now.
With a Q?
And, yeah, with a Q. Fuck that. I used to be ashamed of my name. I used to spell it R-I-C-K-Y.
Ugh.
Fucking sucks.
Gross.
But now it's R-I-Q-U-I. So.
I always thought you and your brother had hard names and shit. Like them shits you don't hear a lot of people with names like that.
Nah, it is hard. Them shit's hard as hell. But my brother rather be called.
Maybe we shouldn't put that on.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, so let's talk about why women like thug niggas and bad boys and shit. Like, what the fuck is that all about?
Oh man.
What is this obsession with motherfuckers sagging their pants, going to jail, being a fucking thug? What the fuck is that all about, ladies? Could y'all explain to me? Could you blow me up in the comments and spaz on me and tell me why I'm being a dick? But to me, I just don't fucking get it, and I never did, and I never will.
I mean, women always like bad boys, you know. I'm sure you didn't bag your woman with being a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Instead of blowing them up, how about you get?
You know what? I've always liked crazy chicks, so I kind of get it. It's like for me, the male version is like I like a kind of gravitated towards a crazy chick. What I mean by that is like usually red colored hair, kind of nuts and fucking mysterious, or make you believe that they're mysterious, and talk to you about all kinds of deep shit. Conversations are the bomb. Pussy is the bomb. But they're just fucking nuts.
Yeah, what is it about crazy chicks that you like so much?
They're entertaining. You know, the girl next door and all that shit, and yeah, that's beautiful, and yeah, you had one partner your whole fucking life, or maybe zero, but you're fucking boring as shit. Your fucking sense of humor sucks. And just whack. Crazy bitches give the best head.
Oh my god! Oh, you ready to just wild out now? You ready to just go jump out the window with this shit now?
Go ahead, bro.
I'm not doing out. I talk about MGTOW. I don't talk about women.
The hookah, let me see the
right
hookah,
here.
bro. I bet you build a garbage ass hookah.
No, I just put the. First off, I just put another coal on there.
Oh
yeah, that's so you ain't even built another hookah. You just used the same one that I left with, right?
Because we didn't smoke it that much.
Yo, you were fucking.
We ain't smoking that hard.
Yeah, you just cheated the whole shit.
What are you talking? This is. I didn't know you was coming back so soon. I don't know where your shit is. It don't taste that great. It got to be remade. It tastes.
Yeah,
what flavor is that?
To come here and remake when I made it, that shit was busted, right? So
yeah,
it was good, right? It was actually the best one we had
in a minute. Yeah.
In a while.
But yeah, no, I just put a coal on top, so it's a little harsh.
Oh, that's garbage. Come on, man. Don't disrespect me like that. You gotta make another one, bro.
Hey, Dan, let's get you back on this hookah shit, because this nigga don't know what the fuck he doing.
What are you talking
about? Garbage, yo. You gotta dump the water out, dump everything out.
I'll do that. Give me a second. Let's make it a hookah.
Yeah, I think this is.
This nigga is.
Let's make it. I'm gonna make one. The savage gotta still be in there, man.
Yeah, nah. That savage shit is no more, man. It's about to be 2020. Like, that shit ain't.
Nah, I don't know, man. I think that's what they trying to make you believe. You know, assimilation is what they want. I realize racism don't really exist. White people just want people.
Here we go on the race shit. Hey, yo, you love this race shit.
No, I'm going everything. No, but I'm saying they know.
You know what, though? Fuck that, man. Let's open this race shit up.
No, it's good.
All right,
No,
so
I was gonna go.
he
get it.
says, right? Aaron, the big black dude, says that race don't exist to him.
They don't.
That's some fucking bullshit. To me, race fucking exists. Like, to me, a Chinese nigga is a fucking Chinese nigga. To me, like, an Asian person is an Asian person.
That's what they
Spanish
program you to
person is a
believe.
Spanish person. Like, we have cultures that separate us. We have skin complexion that separates us.
That's a choice.
We have facial features that separate us. We have culture that separates us. We have music genres that separate us.
Who makes the separation though?
We have religion that separates us. We have unlimited shit that separates us.
That don't mean
so
we gotta
I don't
separate.
give a fuck. There is a such thing as race.
There is a such thing.
And I don't give a fuck what no one says. And in America, it's fucking retarded because, you know why? Because people still go by this one drop rule. So Obama is supposed to be black, but he's half white. So his mom, he's supposed to act like his whole mother's side doesn't fucking exist, even though his whole mother's side is white and his father's side is African. So he's just black? How the fuck does that make sense?
Well,
How is Halle Berry black when her mother is white? How is Lenny Kravitz black when his father is white?
You gotta ask the white
and his
people
whole
that.
family is white.
But you have to understand who's calling him
He has
black.
100% white cousins. He has a aunt whose name is fucking Beth or fucking Becky or fucking Sarah or whatever white name you want to fucking put on there. He has a whole family that is white. But America wants us to believe that he is black. What kind of shit is that?
That's
Anywhere
America.
else in the fucking world, this nigga would not be black. He would be
something
mixed.
else, though.
He would be something else. Other. In Brazil, he would be considered a mulatto or whatever the case is. But he would not be considered black. Only in this country could you be half white or the most light-skinned person in the world and still be considered black. How does that make sense?
But who's making those rules?
Okay.
Though? Who's making those distinctions? White people though.
White people from the beginning
make
of
the
time,
distinction.
from slavery times and all that, and black people carry it over. And why are black people still carrying it over? Black people should drop that shit by now. Fuck that. Do it like they do. They don't accept anyone who's half something. If you're half Japanese and half white, guess what? You're not 100% white, and they're not going to treat you like you're 100% white. They're going to treat you like you're a half-breed. Black people are the only people in the fucking world who's going to accept anyone who's one drop.
Yeah, because
Fuck that, man.
No, because we're love. You might. Black people are love. We're accepting as fuck.
You know what? And I get that, and I respect that, but at the same time, no. I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's the way to go. I don't think that's...
You sound a real Republican right now.
Well, okay. Maybe I am fucking Republican. Who gives a shit? Maybe I am because...
It could be, but I'm just saying, like, it don't matter. I'm not saying it's a good strategy in the world we live in. You saying we'd be better off if we just segregated ourselves?
I'm not saying segregate yourselves. I'm just saying embrace who you are. Have a fucking no nonsense policy when it comes to that, like everyone else does.
Who's everyone else? Everyone else is our weaker people. Asians. You know why the weaker
Asians don't play that shit.
Do you know why
How many times have you seen an Indian woman with any other race? An Indian man with any other race? How many times have you seen anyone Asian with another race? How many times have you seen a Middle Eastern person with any other race?
I don't give a fuck about those weak niggas. I don't give. They're all weaker than us.
So
that's fine.
because they're not willing to date outside of the race, they're weak. Or
no,
they're
because you what are you talking about? You see how frail they are, nigga. You see that how sickly they look. They ain't the gods. There's a reason why there's a reason why they're like that. You know, if 1% of something can corrupt your species, that's fucking weakness, nigga. Like we can include everything because we're confident in ourselves. We can include everybody. You know, we unfortunately include the wrong people.
That sounds good, but that's been the downfall of a lot of revolutionist movements. A lot of
inclusion. Well, that's
yes.
well. Evil's always going to triumph over good if as long as we allow it. You know, with that mentality, that what you said have is a defeatist mentality. Why don't we just be like them? Be like them because they're savages. Nah, that's not our way. That's not where our way people work.
No, actually, it's worse because you guys are adopting what they started from slavery, which is the one drop rule. Why are African Americans still going by this one drop rule?
And we don't go by that rule.
You guys, I feel like you are, because how could you consider someone, like I said again, like Obama, or like anyone who's half white, Drake, or J. Cole, or anybody who's half white? Why would you consider them 100% African American when they're half white?
We don't.
They have a whole side of the family that is white. They have, like I said, they have an aunt who was blonde, white, blue eyes.
So you,
like, that doesn't make no fucking sense. How could you still be black and have an aunt who's white? No, that doesn't make no fucking sense. And this country is the only country that accepts that. Nowhere else in the fucking world do they accept that. If, like I said, if you're in Brazil, Dominican Republic, anywhere else, you'll be considered mixed, mulatto, anything else. You're not just going to be considered black. Guess what? A black person looks black. They are dark-skinned. They look from sub-Saharan African descent. They don't look like mixed people. If you look like you're mixed, then you're mixed.
All you're doing is perpetuating the same racist bullshit that they've been going on throughout the ages. Like, the whole reason why apartheid happened in Africa is because it was just not just white and black. It was white, black, and they would section off every other black race that wasn't 100% black. You know, they sectioned that shit off to separate everybody.
You know what?
Fuck all that.
Gloves are off. All right. Now that you mentioned apartheid and all that in South Africa, how can, I'm sorry, but I have to say it, how can a race of people, a whole continent, allow a minority of white people to come in and implicate and fucking put rules on a whole continent and say, you guys can't come in here, you guys can't do this or can't do that? How are some small, white, frail people able to come in and tell a whole continent of African black people what the fuck to do? Like apartheid.
No,
how is that possible?
How
can someone come into your house and say, I'm going to sit in this couch and this shit belongs to me now and you fucking can't come over here, even though you pay the fucking rent and you're native to this fucking apartment and you've been here before I was?
Okay, can I explain
How
that?
is that possible? Explain that.
Because it's not just white people. The whole world, but the whole world has subscribed to their ideology. So it's not just white people. Like the whole, like it's us, it's Africa versus the world. The world's a big place. Africa's big. The world's bigger. So it's not just white people. It's Asians.
But I'm not talking about.
It's everyone else who subscribes to that flag.
So forget about Asians. I'm talking about apartheid
in Africa
specifically. Like,
okay,
when the British people tried to come to South Africa, actually went to South Africa and took over and told them, fuck off my land, we are going to run shit and we're going to tell you how to run your country. How is that possible? How were they able... How didn't the whole continent just come together and say, fuck that, we going to jump these niggas the fuck out of here? The 1 billion plus people that we got in this whole country.
How did all the Native Americans, not come together? Because they didn't know. What I'm gonna say right now, white people are masters of shadow arts, nigga. They know how to do. They know how to do things.
I don't know what they're doing, but
the
white man's been winning from day one because and I can't even hate on them, like, honestly, because I don't know how they've been doing this shit, but for some reason they've been running the whole world and people just been bowing down and just taking it like however they take it.
I'm gonna tell you right now that brown people, and this might be controversial to the non-brown people watching this. I'm sure they must have stopped watching a long time ago.
They probably fucking hate me to death right now.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yo, pass me the plasma and the hookah, man.
It's not even lit yet.
Yeah, you see, I love that shit. I love that energy.
I know you think, you an asshole. Like, this nigga loves this shit, bro. I'm telling you.
I mean,
he's just giving me what I want.
Yeah, you gonna sit here and get all emotional and mad, and this nigga just gonna be laughing his ass off.
I'm not getting emotional.
I'm saying like in general. I'm not saying you specifically.
That's what he wants.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever I'm talking about.
You better drink an extra bubbly water, nigga.
whatever he talking about. Anyway,
This nigga know how to press your buttons, don't he? Keep it real.
I mean, he's I've been dealing with this onslaught for the rest for years.
You heard him though, right? He said onslaught.
I've been dealing with this shit for years.
But honestly, do you know how to press his buttons?
I'm sure I could if I wanted to.
Yeah,
But have you tried before?
At some point, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not. He's not as successful.
As you are with
Yeah,
him.
nah, nobody is.
Because you're a fucking master at this shit.
I mean,
This nigga get that sarcastic laugh and shit and just be like, make you feel like a fucking idiot and you just want to come, like, just go up top. Like,
the only person who can rival him is my brother. And my brother.
really?
Yeah,
Yo, how is he?
he's good. He's good.
What is he doing?
He's working as an electrician and shit. He's a
Yo, that nigga is the most responsible nigga I ever seen in my whole life. Yo, we was all like 19, 20, 21. This nigga had a full-time job, never missed a fucking day, 12 hours
Aaron just was
overtime. Like,
Aaron was that dirtbag that just invaded his privacy in his half of the room.
yo,
Breaking
that's
into his video game
crazy.
safe.
I remember this nigga lost weight in like
6 months.
a month, some shit. It seemed like he
On a
was.
cereal diet.
Yeah, this nigga was fat, and then all of a sudden,
You seen him? He was
this
fat
nigga
or
disappeared. Like,
yo, yeah.
and then this nigga was the most quiet, like, to himself, reserved.
He
Nigga
always
ever,
been that
like-
way.
Yeah, but he's not.
I'm like
And he was
Latif.
mad into movies, and he had all the DVDs and shit.
I'm like that being that Latif, like
I always respected that nigga. I like that nigga.
Latif just
He a humble nigga.
like socially. I just feel like I'm the person that
Like
he
he's
should
kind
be.
of socially awkward or something.
no. He's not. He's just not as outspoken as I am.
Yeah, but if you know him, Dan seen me and him rock like we was like
Who
Clash
won?
of the Titans.
What was this?
Half of the time.
Just
I don't know. It was
hitting each other and
we-
niggas ain't budging. Like,
we was it was just like it was like I can't even do it no more. Like he was just hitting each other in the face like boom boom
Yeah,
boom
you know
boom
what I
boom.
mean?
Yo.
I had knots on top of my head and shit. He was a savage.
Right.
That shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Speaking of race, right? So, I've always been on some shit like I'm gonna be honest. Like I always been on some shit like the racism I experienced wasn't from white people. It was from black people. To be honest with you,
Right.
because I was Spanish and guala gualas and fuck y'all, and we went through our little wars in high school, Spanish versus black. I remember library. I remember the whole shit being out. We were the main culprits in that shit. Like I remember the whole library park full of black people on this side and Spanish people on this side, and us like the Avengers versus fucking Thanos and them, like, or whatever the case is. Like that's how that shit was. And I remember they accused us of being Latin King leaders, and we weren't really that. But at the same time, like it was black versus Spanish, and we were in the forefront. And I remember that shit, me being Spanish and all that shit, or whatever the case is. But for me, I always experienced racism from black people, not from white people, because I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. But with that being said, when I started working at as an area manager, I got promoted. Bro, yo, on some real shit. Like, once I stepped foot in that office, it was 2 Asian people, 4, 5, 6 white people that knew all kinds of Excel spreadsheet shit that they've been doing since they were 9 and all this other shit, and they knew math up the ass and all that shit. Right? They were the most technical people in the fucking world. So, and you could tell they looked at me like this big black dumb motherfuckers, because they didn't look at me as a Spanish motherfucker. They looked at me as black. And you could tell, you could just sense it. Like, as soon as I walked in that office, I dreaded going into that office. Because everything was so technical. You would think that in the warehouse, they would never be that fucking technical. But in the place where they're just moving boxes, it was all about, yeah, what's the square root of this box? Yeah, well, if you put it in a 90 degree, then it should drop down and all this other shit, right? So I would go into that office and just feel how technical and stiff these fucking white people were. and they looked at me like I was some big black idiot motherfucker who just came in, who probably didn't deserve the fucking role or position. And they were throwing all kinds of math and shit at me or whatever the case is. And I felt for the first time in my life, I felt racism coming from white people. Like, I felt like that real racism shit. You're a fucking dumbass idiot and you don't belong. You're probably a affirmative action baby.
Welcome to the
and
club.
You shouldn't fucking be here.
The
like, I felt that shit. I don't give a fuck if they didn't tell me that shit verbally, but I felt it with every fucking inch of bone in my fucking body. I felt that.
The crazy thing is, black people feel like that every day of their fucking lives.
I know. But what I'm saying is, like, I didn't, like I said, I grew up in an environment where
it was mostly
the racism came from black people.
What do you think we learned it
from?
So
I don't know. I didn't at that time. I didn't know too much about white people.
Yeah.
I could count the white people I knew on my hands, like
yeah,
that I knew in my life. But black people, I know. My mom didn't know a lot of Spanish, a lot of English. I'm sorry, and she would come across situations like, I remember one time she had an accident, innocent car accident that she didn't notice. She hit like a van full of black people or whatever the case is, and they hopped out and tried to fucking eat her alive. I wasn't there, but when she told me that, I felt like going to find who the fuck they were and saying, why the fuck was y'all talking to my mom like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and then my brother, he looks way more Spanish than I do. He had the slick back. And they used to call him Rico Suave and Elvis and shit like that and pick on him in school. And I used to have to defend him. You know what I mean? So I went through all that. I went through hell. I grew up on West 3rd Street. Majority all black. One of the only Spanish people on fucking West 3rd Street. So, you know what I'm saying? So the racism I experienced wasn't from white people. It was from black. So my fucking perspective is way different. But, like I said, until I went to fucking and seeing how these nerds and people, they look at us as we're fucking idiots, or we're not as smart as them. We don't know math like they do. We don't know technology like they do. And I fell victim to that. I gotta be honest with you.
Diamond, I heard you from here.
Yeah.
And one thing I could say is, like, growing up, niggas would be like, oh, you gonna let that white boy shit on you? And I'm balling with niggas, I'm like, what white boy?
That's
me?
what I'm saying.
Like me?
You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's fucking
I know more racism through black people than I have with white motherfuckers. That's a fact.
Okay, well, we learned from somewhere.
Hold up, come here. Shake my motherfucking hand.
That's a fact.
That's a fucking fact, bro. Honestly.
You think when I play ball, I ain't play different when those morenos on the court? Absolutely. Because they think they're superior athletic to me.
Nah, for real talk.
I go on the court and I start sitting on niggas, then they're like, oh, all right.
Yeah. And we, like you said, we didn't experience racism from white people.
Nah, from black.
We experienced it more from black people saying guala guala and.
But first off, you talking about I didn't do none of that shit. I ain't do none of that shit.
No, you didn't do none of that, but your people did a lot of that shit.
Well, I can't speak for dumb
fucking
niggas.
Fucking punch them. Bro, you know how many times I've seen drunk Mexicans walking down the block minding their fucking business.
I've seen
and
that
black
before.
Motherfuckers come in, knock them the fuck out, run their pockets, take everything they got.
Okay, that's ignorant.
No white person did that shit. A fucking black person did that shit.
Oh,
so how you think? Hold up, fuck that. So how do you think this person, and not only did they knock them out and take everything they got, some of them got killed. I know a Mexican person who got ran over by a fucking train in the playing field. He got killed, ran over by a fucking train, and his family's still mourning him. Man, I know Mexican, Central American people who got clobbered over the head with a fucking bat and killed and all that shit.
Yeah.
To get robbed and all that shit or whatever. Who did that come from? The white people? Hell no, that came from black people. See, I can only speak from my point of view, and
that's what I'm saying.
And it's something that traumatized me for life, to be honest with you, is just seeing how much black people complain about inequality and all this other shit. And you're gonna impose that upon a race that's not white people. Like, a black person in Plainfield could see a white person copping drugs on 3rd Street and not do shit to that person. But if you're Mexican, forget about it. They're robbing you, killing you, doing whatever to you. They're going to put you in the hospital. But that white person that went to 3rd Street and cop drugs, cool, you got it.
But you're going.
What the fuck is that?
You're speaking
like, yo, y'all,
you're speaking
okay,
to
so
a
who?
way deeper issue. Like this is going to like level 5 deep.
It is, because
You know.
I'm being honest about this shit. I'm being brutally honest. And this is my experiences, and my cousin could speak to this shit. Like, it's shit that we witnessed and that we went through. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't give a fuck about. I seen white boys come through and they got treated better than fucking Spanish people did.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because they thought that the white person's uncle was a fucking fed, or they were scared of that something that they were putting in handcuffs or some shit.
Well, I think a lot of black people are afraid of white people.
Why? You got to ask yourself why. Why?
I can't speak
why
for
are white
niggas,
people
but-
treated better than Spanish people? Let's talk about that.
I think it's fear, and I think it's indoctrination. We have been indoctrinated for fucking years to worship white people. Every race has been now at this point has been. This is why white people can walk around with a certain arrogance, because we have been indoctrinated. Everybody, I don't care what race you are, we have been indoctrinated to like so yeah. Black people, certain black people, like if you go into a room with a fucking white person with mad money, you feel that shit, like the sense of superiority, like you just like
yes. Okay. So,
but I'm saying,
going back to my previous point, which was, in my life, I experienced 2 different type of racism. One was growing up in the hood and seeing, I experienced racism coming from black people.
yeah,
Like, just discriminating against Spanish people, viewing them as victims. Or they actually had a fucking let's rob a Mexican night, where they would go out at night and rob fucking Mexicans that were drunk coming home at night, or whatever the case
I didn't
is.
agree with none of that shit. I never subscribed to any of
and
that.
I never seen white people do no shit like that.
Yeah.
To me, what's worse? A racism that's imposed on you physically with violence, or a racism that will affect you mentally.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know which one is worse, but both are fucking terrible.
Oh, they're both disgusting.
And to me, it's like, you can't tell me about no fucking white people when y'all motherfuckers is just as bad.
Well, okay,
Like-
well, not all of us. Wait. First off, if you want me to, if you want me to indict niggas, I can indict. I don't like. First off, I'm gonna say some shit that I'm gonna have to delete on here, nigga. Because
Good.
nigga, I don't fucking like niggas either. What the fuck you talking about? I don't like niggas. I don't like black people half the time. What the fuck
Listen,
you talking about?
I don't
That ignorant
fucking
shit,
know, bro.
making us look bad. Like, you think I condone that shit? I
don't know.
hate.
I'm just saying,
I hate
look.
that shit. Like, everything you named made me want to fucking vomit. And I know that shit happened.
Yeah.
Like I was going through high school when it was the Spanish and black, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, my best friends was fucking dead.
Yeah, I know you.
Yeah,
Like,
but
most of your friends,
I used
like,
to think
were
that
Spanish.
was wild, and I mean, the few black people I hung out with, everyone was foreigners. Troy's African,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know, Dan's Dominican,
Yep.
Vince Puerto Rican, my other friend David's Puerto Rican, our other friend Christian was Mexican.
Yep, I
you
remember
know,
he used to have the leather jacket, trench coat on.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
I
honestly,
remember.
like I thought that shit was fucking insane. I thought that shit was insane. I was like, what the fuck?
So
is
if
going
you
on?
thought it was insane, imagine me being a
Yeah,
Spanish person
I-
seeing
yeah.
that. And it's like, and me being in the middle of that. I mean, you got to remember that when you were talking about high schoolers being involved in that, we were the main motherfuckers
Yeah, I
in that
was the
shit. We was the niggas in the middle of that shit. We was the main ones that they were talking about. These Latin King motherfuckers. Me and my brothers and them going against the sea of black motherfuckers. So
That just sounds crazy. I didn't know it was
yes.
like that.
Hey
I didn't
Dan,
know.
hey Dan, when the Spanish against Black War was going on in high school, who was involved in that? Who was some of the main niggas involved with that on the Spanish side?
But Tone was black though.
Yeah, but
Spanish niggas was on the black side.
but I mean, me and Rem was one of the main niggas, right? Yeah. So we was in the forefront of that shit. Yeah, but we was in the forefront of that whole Spanish
Yeah, that's
versus Black
crazy.
War.
I mean,
so you talking to a nigga that was in the forefront of that shit, like banging out with niggas and all that.
That just sounds that
Yeah.
that shit sounds
But I don't
sick
give
to
a
me.
fuck though. I don't give a fuck if they think I'm black or not, nigga. I'm Spanish.
Yo, when I used to go play on the basketball court, these niggas in the beginning they always doubted me until I made a name for myself, and that's how Be Nice came out. I ain't give myself no nickname.
Nah, no.
Nah.
Yeah.
He gave me that nickname from the street.
Yeah.
Playing ball. But I've always had a chip on my shoulder because obviously me and her was just talking about it. Because I wasn't black enough. Then again, I wasn't light enough to be white. So it's like.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I told him, your racism, whatever racism you experienced, wasn't from white people. It was from black people. 9 times out of 10. Am I right or wrong?
Oh. Yeah. My first
Okay.
Okay, but
So.
But do you know why like the projects are called a project like that shit was literally
Because it was
fucking
a literal
science
project.
So like
I get it, man.
So
but,
you're I understand.
but my
I
thing
understand
is,
your
okay,
plight.
if you're
you were
people,
there.
if you were a people that were suppressed, that were oppressed and fucking foot put on the neck and all that shit, why would you do the same thing to another race? Now go ahead.
Because ignorance, man, ignorance.
Why
spreads.
would you fucking turn
Negativity
around and fucking
do the same thing?
duplicate the same experience and
Hurt people, hurt
put that
people.
upon another race?
Hurt people.
Like, yo, come on, man. Bro.
I
Like, are you
understand.
fucking
I understand.
serious?
That sounds disgusting, right? But you have to like understand that hurt people. We were
Yes.
the most hurt. I
That's
mean, in America, we are the most hurt fucking people. So there's gonna be there's gonna be ignorance all around. Like we like I understand. Like they tried to get me on that shit for a minute.
What American blacks went through is probably can't be compared to a lot. Of
Yeah, I don't care.
experiences
Like
in the
I
world.
don't. Holocaust wasn't 400 fucking years.
No.
I don't give a fuck what nobody
No.
says. Nobody.
But you know what though? Let's talk about the Holocaust. I'm sorry, man, but I gotta kill black people for a minute.
All right, go ahead.
Black people are the only people in the world, in my opinion, that will make memes, put shit on Facebook about slavery, make jokes out of it, laugh, put all types of shit, Toby, and all this other bullshit. When will you ever see a fucking Jewish person do that? Are you fucking kidding me? Hell no. A Jewish person would never fucking do that. You know what the fuck would happen? Their grandparents would yank him by the fucking ear and say, "What the fuck are you doing, boy? Don't ever disrespect Jewish people like that."
Yo, you gonna
You know what?
black people in this?
Nah, I don't give a fuck because they need to hear this shit. You
gonna
know why?
indict us on some
Because
shit.
that's some bullshit. Because you should never fucking allow people to talk about
Your own
fucking
people.
slavery like that. You should never fucking make a meme like that
Yeah.
after people went through that shit and you don't know what the fuck they went through with shackles on their fucking feet.
No, you right.
Motherfucker, you don't know what the fuck they went through in that time. You don't know what the fuck it is to feel like to be a fucking slave. Respect that shit. Don't make no fucking memes about that shit. I'm fucking serious. I hate that, man.
I hate that shit too.
I hate that.
I
Jewish people do not commemorate and do that to their people. You better, if you say anything from another race about Jewish people, man, you better hide somewhere. Okay?
Yeah.
Black people do not have the same respect for what they went through. You know what it felt like to be a fucking slave? I can't even fucking imagine.
I can't imagine that.
But you have people making memes, making jokes about that shit.
Black
Don't make
people-
no fucking joke about that shit. Being a slave is not no fucking joke. They died for your freedom and they did all kinds of shit and sacrifice for you to be in the place that you're in now. So don't ever do that.
So
Okay?
I
That's some bullshit.
I can't defend any of that shit you just said. Remember, there's people on Facebook, on YouTube that's gonna see this shit and they gonna just get on us because you're right.
I don't care, man. That came. If anything, I'm Dominican and I have slave ancestry in my blood, and if anything, that came from the ancestors. I'm sorry, but I had to let
you're
y'all
right.
know.
You're right.
That's some bullshit. You know what they went through? You know what it is to be shackled up? You know what it is to go through the Middle Passage where millions fucking were thrown off fucking boats in the fucking sea? You know what that is? And for you guys to fucking sit there and laugh and make memes and shit out of it?
I mean,
Are you fucking kidding me? Jews would never allow that shit to happen.
Hell no.
Are you fucking kidding
Yeah,
me? You
they
can't even
loyal
say
to
a word
themselves.
about what they go through every year. They go through. They commemorate the people that lost their lives in that shit. When do Africans ever do that shit? African Americans do that about slavery when they should be doing that because that was a fucking tragedy.
They do it on Black History Month and still make jokes about it.
And make jokes about
And
it.
still
Come
make
on.
jokes about
Toby.
that shit.
You'll see Toby fucking tied up somewhere getting whipped. No, man, that is not cool. Who fucking allowed this shit? we're happy to something being sacred, something being commemorated in the right way. Like, come on, man. I mean, that's a shame.
I mean, I can't really say much about that. You know, you
if I was a slave, I would be rolling over in my grave. I would
you said
y'all.
10 things that I can't dispute.
And then y'all, like I said, y'all don't even respect y'all own. Like slavery, like y'all make a fucking fun out of that shit. Like y'all make memes
the whole white boy
like I said, Jewish people. When have you ever seen them niggas make a joke out of anything that they ever been through? Never.
That shit's not even.
You better.
You make a joke about that shit. Whatever profile they, high profile, low profile, they done. It's over.
Done. You'll never hear from these niggas again.
Yeah.
What happens when a black person makes a joke out of fucking slavery? Nothing. Everybody laughing, right? Sharing the fucking meme.
Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you think those ancestors feel? How do you feel if their souls, if you believe in spirits floating around, how do you think they feel about how they're being treated and how they're being...
You talk to them, don't talk to them.
Nah, fuck that, man. Fuck that. Like, I don't give a fuck because...
that shit's embarrassing. I mean...
It's gonna be a lot of niggas gonna censor out. Like,
I might have to censor some of this shit out. But some of that...
Just so you know, Dom, there's gonna be a lot that's gonna be censored.
I don't give a fuck, but I gotta...
What about you?
What y'all talking about?
What you gotta say? All up in his grill.
All that beanie on your head just keeping me from thinking my real thoughts.
All up in his Jet Li nigga grill.
That beanie on your head, though.
What's about the beanie? You know what I mean? Fuck the beanie.
You protect the head, you just don't protect the
Hey, yo, fuck that. Let's talk about some real shit, man. Yo, listen, man. All right.
On you, Aaron. Put it on you.
They gonna put it on me. Oh,
What the fuck is that? Oh. Yeah.
That's
Put
a
it on y'all niggas.
Yeah. Whatever. Two fat niggas. It's all good. the cholesterol
Two niggas with 80% fat.
Yeah.
The new Big Thomas.
This is the cholesterol crew. And
diabetes.
I like to say on behalf of Cash, suck my dick. We're gonna get started like that, right?
Diabetes crew, nigga.
And I have a grapefruit soda, whatever, seltzer club shit, right?
All right, you can't talk your shit.
Yeah, so we're gonna get started.
Not
right?
cameraman. Not in the camera.
It's about to be 2020, and this shit, I don't give a fuck. Bitches don't give a fuck about that shit.
Yo, let's talk about all this.
Bitches down. I don't give a fuck.
Talk about all this
big
sensitive
my
shit going on, man. Niggas catching feelings.
You got certain niggas out here trying to be pretty and all that shit. I don't give a fuck. As fat as I am, I still fuck bitches. And I'll still fuck your bitch. No shit right here. Don't matter.
Wow.
Yo, Aaron, what you got to say, man?
I ain't got to.
Yo! It's your man, Diamonds. And your man, Aaron, the big black dude. And your man...
Motherfucking Cash, bitch.
Cash, bitch.
And your man...
Drunk ass
Nice. Close the fucking screen door, bitch.
Yeah, we getting ignorant
Whatever,
here.
man. Listen, you can see the belly, blue hoodie, feel me? I don't give a fuck.
Own your truth, nigga. Hey, Cash is over here looking cool and dark. Yeah, where your eyes at? Your eyes ain't even in here.
Yo, don't worry about my eyes, bro.
Yo,
What you doing over here?
topic of the motherfucking day, right? Why do niggas not keep it real about fucking without condoms? Raw.
I do.
I mean, that's a myth. Like, I don't know who told you that.
Me?
What's the
I'm gonna keep it real. Out of 20 bitches that I fucked in my life, out of 20 of them, I fucked 15 of them without a condom. I ain't gonna lie.
What's that?
Man, out of like,
feel me?
out of like 100 of them shits, I fucked like 98%.
God! Niggas is real tonight! Yes.
Out of like 100 of them,
I'll say the same thing.
About like 85-90% of them just got the. Because
You know what though?
You try.
God bless. Let me start off with that. Thank you, Lord, for not allowing me to contract.
Definitely.
Contract. What's the proper way of saying that?
Sexually transmitted diseases,
Right.
STDs.
Thank you, Lord.
Yo, I'm gonna say this right now. Yo, STDs are a fucking myth.
As far as I know, it is a myth because I'm good. And,
STDs don't
putting
exist.
that fucking rubber on cuts your fucking circulation off. That's for
Facts.
one.
Yo, that
It's
is.
uncomfortable as shit.
Facts.
I don't know.
No
if-
homo, but it kind of shrinks the head of your dick for some reason. And
Yeah, that should just go like it just go. It just don't.
it's like it turns into a pyramid. Like the tip of your dick turns into some weird shit, and then it kind of
Y'all can't like it. The girls
Yeah.
don't like it. Yo, I
When
don't.
you busting that shit just feel weird. Like all that shit just.
It felt like you cheated. Like it don't feel like nothing. Like what
Yeah, like
what did I just do? What?
Like you just filled up a fucking balloon with
But man, when you don't got it on, you
lotion or some
when
shit.
you don't got it on and you like close, like no, don't fucking dare, don't fucking come. And then the caveman come in. The caveman come in. He's like, ah. I mean, like hey, you just regret life. You're like, fuck. You know you felt that before. You know you felt.
nigga acted the whole shit out.
You know you felt.
Fuck what this nigga just said. Make sure you have a condom on. It's about to be 2020,
Never.
and you could fuck around and have AIDS. Do you want AIDS?
That shit ain't no games, bro. Like,
No.
that shit is real.
But does
Pretty
AIDS
sure you don't
exist?
want
Does
AIDS.
AIDS exist though? This question. You ever get AIDS? You ever feel AIDsy?
Yo, I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all niggas know about POF? Yo. I'm gonna be real with you.
They ain't just POF no more. They got
Yo.
multiple. They got all kind of apps. Like, you
Yo.
got you
I
name
met this
it,
bitch
bro.
on POF. I swear. I messaged her, right? She messaged me. Shut up. Anyway, long story short, in a matter of one day, in a couple hours, I ended up fucking this bitch. Right? Just long story short. I came fast because I didn't give a shit. Right? So I fucked her and shit like that.
Let me get this hookah.
And I didn't expect that, right? Because I'm thinking like, nah, no bitch is gonna just meet a nigga the first time and let him fuck.
And you know what's funny?
But yeah, that happened to me
Them
actually.
same chicks.
So y'all niggas, matter of fact, is it MGTOW or okay? I don't know. But if you niggas that's out there that believe that women are fucking pure and all this other bullshit, hell no, nigga. Yeah, I ran across a situation like that. I met a bitch for the first hour, and I
you know
ended
what's
up
funny?
fucking
Them
her.
same chicks that be going for shit like that. You see their profile, it say seeking marriage.
Yeah. I don't believe none of that shit no more. I look at that shit.
Relationship only. Like,
Fuck
I
outta
if I go online, look at that shit. I don't even read the profile. I don't need none of that shit. I just like, yo, what's good?
just put SUP. Sup.
What's up?
fellas.
2 o'clock.
It's
POF.
so easy.
Just put seeking relationship, and just bullshit your way around that.
See,
You'll be out.
no. You telling him to just lie. See, nah.
Nah,
That's what I
sometimes
did.
you don't even gotta do all that.
Yeah, he's like, yo, let's beat. I'm gonna beat. I mean, just say that sometimes. It works. That's a very low percentage shot, but it works every once in a while. I'm like, yo, it was good. But those are the old days, man. We better men now. We better men, you know.
Yeah, you know what I
But-
mean.
You know what? It's low percentage, but it's high percentage because the ones that's gonna hit you up after they see that is the ones that's down to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If
Those
you
are
put it out there, they already know what it is.
you
so-
put the bad signal out already.
yeah.
Oh man. But tell me, aren't those girls the best, man? The ones that don't make you wait, the ones that don't make you like you have to work
You know
for
what?
it, like them the best.
You know what? I have I have a respect for them. You know why? Because they don't bullshit you. They tell you straight up, like, come through or whatever the case is. I love that.
Yeah, this is a
You know what
direct
I mean?
show.
Like, keep it real. Why not?
Yeah, you can't sit there and, you know what
Like,
I'm saying?
let's be real with each other.
Appreciate that.
Like I said, it's about to be 2020. You women rule the world nowadays. So it doesn't matter. Like, you know what? If you have 10 partners and shit like that, it doesn't fucking matter whether you have 10, 40, 50, 60. It doesn't fucking matter, man.
We still want y'all.
All right?
We still.
Pussy is probably good. And why not?
I like season
Free
pussy.
world,
I love season pussy, man. When she say she got like over like a dub, oh man, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be like, oh man, we ain't gotta play no games. No, I'm shy. Nah, you gotta at least have a dub or more. At least if you got 50,
I don't
yo,
know.
you
Honestly,
good.
to me, it's about the vibe too. Like, it's not all about just fucking.
Well, that's the thing though. When girls be like, all you do is have sex. Nigga, it's never just sex. To me, it's never just like it is to a point, but it's like nah. Like you got to vibe with the person. You have to feel something with the person. Like you just can't just go and just stick your dick in some shit that you don't
that
feel
shit whack.
nothing for. And so when girls say it's all about sex, like no, it is, but it ain't. It ain't. I think they get us.
I
fucked
try
up in
not
that
to look at it like that. Like just trying to get a nut.
Yeah. Nah.
Then you just bust a quick nut, and then you could have just stayed home and beat off. Like
Yeah.
niggas be going to fucking traveling like 5 hours, and you just bust a nut and just you gotta drive all the way back home and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Word. No, it's more than that. Like I think.
So this is the problem, right? So do y'all niggas know how to tell good pussy from average pussy? So usually it be thick girls, right? Don't go by women that looks like dime pieces because usually they don't have no good pussy.
Nah.
All right. Usually it be those women that's average, maybe from a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 6, something like that.
Little curvaceous.
You know what I mean? They walk in a certain way where you can tell that the pussy is tight and they're keeping it moist. And
We're not. I'm not. All this is too much.
Anyway.
Yeah, don't keep all this shit. Interrogation room.
Don't even pay attention to
Fucking
it.
camera right in my face.
Don't even pay attention to that shit.
First 48.
I mean, y'all.
You know what? Speaking of first 48, like, what's snitching to you? Because to me, I'm going to be real with you. It's been a minute since I've been a thug, supposedly. So, to me, snitching, if someone does something to a family member of mine or something like that and I witness it go down, I don't give a fuck. I'm letting everybody, like, I'm letting law enforcement know what the fuck happened. Like, to me, that's not snitching. Now, if you are down with a gang or some shit like that and something goes down and then you end up telling what happened, you know, that's snitching to me.
What's your thoughts on that 6ix9ine shit though?
6ix9ine, yeah, he's a fucking snitch.
Snitch 9.
Yeah, snitch 9
Yeah,
to
to
me.
me, that's
because
that's
he's
what he did is the definition of snitching.
Yeah.
Because all of them niggas was doing all of that shit for him.
Yeah.
They was putting all that work in for him, and then he turned around and just ratted them out. Like, you don't do that. Like,
I mean, but
they
did
doing
fuck
all
his-
that for you.
They did
and-
fuck his baby moms and shit like that. You know.
Yeah, but still,
They-
that's what he signed up for. Like, he was saying, "Oh, test my gangster," and all this shit. Like, you gotta be ready for whatever come with that.
I think he brought that shit upon himself, though. To be honest with you, like that whole energy.
I don't think he knew what he was getting himself into. Like, he's not from that life.
So, but whose fault is that though? The people who put him on or him? Like, cause
I think it just happened so fast. Like, he didn't even get time to really learn what the shit really is, and he ain't have no OGs to school him on what to do and what not to do.
yeah, but if y'all making money like that though, man, you got to at least school this nigga. Like don't because he's from a generation where like
They don't know
being
about
out
none of that
being out
shit,
the
yeah.
fucking box gets you views, gets you fucking likes.
That's
and
what I'm
gets you,
saying. Yeah.
You know, but people in his crew apparently, you know, was testing this gangster in some way and shit. So I mean, I think that was just fuckery all around. Like every.
Honestly, sometimes I think he was an agent from the beginning. He just set all that shit up.
Yeah.
I mean, might be giving him too much power. Maybe it ain't that deep. Sometimes I think like they just planted him there.
Man, I have a prediction to make. After this whole 6ix9ine thing, the whole thug era and gangster and all that shit is a wrap. It's over. Like, I'm sorry if you're a thug rapper or whatever the fuck. If you did some time and you plan on coming out and blowing the whole game up because you a thug, it's a wrap. I'm sorry. But after the 6ix9ine shit,
oh, what you mean?
It's a wrap. I feel like
you had 50 Cent.
Yeah, 50 Cent and all that shit. Yeah,
and then Tekashi. I think Tekashi was
that's
probably
it.
Like
Tekashi.
After that,
he's sealing the whole fucking era of gangster rap.
Bobby Shmurda.
Yes. So I feel like now with Tekashi 6ix9ine, honestly, he's gonna still continue to make music. People are still gonna buy his shit. He's still gonna be popular.
He's still gonna...
and all that shit. And guess what? Gangster shit, it's played out.
I mean, I don't know who the fuck ain't see that shit.
And this is.
I don't know who ain't see that shit coming though.
If anything, this is the death of gangster shit. Like he sealed everyone's fate as far as gangster shit goes. I don't know if you want to consider it a good thing or a bad thing, but at the same time, I feel like it frees up certain rappers that might not be gangsters and stuff like that. You could rap about whatever the fuck you want to rap about. Like, it's a rap. It's over. Yeah. And I feel like 6ix9ine, whether he was put there or not purposely, he represents the death of gangster rap.
You think so?
Yes, I feel.
I don't know, man.
I feel like that.
I don't know.
I think he personally, he definitely didn't help. Let's just say he didn't help it. But you know,
I don't.
Would you consider the baby a gangster rapper? Would you consider him a gangster rapper?
I think he hard though.
Nah, I think he more like a hybrid type of.
But all them niggas nowadays gonna be hybrid. If we're gonna get into the music conversation, rap is so different now than what it used to be.
Yeah, you can't even.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, is there such thing as gangster rap anymore? Or?
I never considered Tekashi a gangster rapper though from the beginning.
Yeah, he ain't even seem real.
I seen what he really was. Like, he was kind of like a trippy rad type of.
But this nigga was in the middle of O Block, like calling niggas out and all that.
But he was never that type of rapper. They just because of who he was around.
This nigga was in the video with red flags and shit in the middle of Brooklyn, like.
But I think
tatted up and bugging the fuck out.
Anybody who was real realized that he wasn't a real nigga. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, I never seen that shit from him.
Because people would like this scenario. What happened was predicted already by a bunch of niggas. A bunch of people were saying, "Yo, don't trust that nigga. He gonna be an informant. He an informant. He ain't real.
But most of the people who said it, what kind of people would you say these are?
Old heads.
All right. So.
But you
don't think that these young kids looked at him as a gangster rapper?
I mean, I'm sure they did, but that's the whole thing. Like the whole what gangster rap has turned to is Instagram rap. You know, like that's what's gangster now. Just say whatever the fuck you want. Like there's no code. There's no law.
To me, real gangster rap is that Chicago shit. Like them
niggas is real.
Them niggas is really living that shit. Like them niggas will kill you and just rap about that shit next day. Like that's really the real gangster rap nowadays. Like. Anything else is like.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I feel like everyone played a part in that Tekashi 6ix9ine shit. Everyone played a part. Like, he didn't get famous by himself. People had to watch his shit. Like, no matter how many people was calling him dumb, stupid, irresponsible, people were still tuning into that shit and eating that shit the fuck up. Eating it like he fed off controversy. He tried to do like a gangster Eminem thing. Eminem fed off controversy, but he was exclusively on white shit. M talked about number white shit, and it survived. But he was trying to be like out the box gangster with black shit, with street shit, and it got too real, and now this happened.
But I think that wasn't the initial plan though. Like when they try to when they brought him out, I don't think that's what they really wanted to do with his career.
Yeah.
I think
my whole question is he gonna blow up or not?
Yeah.
Is he gonna continue to prosper in his whole career, or is he gonna continue to make music and pop off and people gonna buy
I
his
still
music?
hear
Yes or no?
that shit what he got with A Boogie. I hear that shit every day on Hot 97.
Okay.
They playing that shit like...
So to me, the fact that that's still happening means that it's the death of gangster rap and gangster music. I'm sorry, but that's my prediction. Like it's the rap. It's
I
over.
wouldn't consider that gangster rap.
How is the death of it if it's still being played? Like someone else, like that.
Because you got a nigga that snitched and did the ultimate like fucking gangster sin in the whole world. Like you got this nigga still selling records, still popping off, still being famous.
But what's famous?
Like
rap has been co-opted by the rap has been co-opted from not black people or not minorities for a long time. Shit, Justin Bieber could put a fucking album out right now, and if it's hard enough, that shit's gonna go. Like it don't matter no more. Like rap,
I know, but what
rap
I'm saying
is
is
the prostitute of music industry.
okay, but
Anybody can get in.
all right, but does that mean like? Do you agree that gangster rap is over?
Are you saying
That's what I'm saying.
Are you saying he's a gangster rap in his essence? Like would you consider him like a real gangster rapper?
I wouldn't consider him a real gangster rapper. But what I'm saying is that
You get the right person and they can speak gangster rap. It don't matter no more. It's like gangster green. You're looking at
It's
it.
on
You're
what you
looking at it from
consider.
old school rules.
It's on what you consider is real or what's not.
Yeah, like the rules have been completely demolished. Like
Anybody
what rap is nowadays. You can have some freakazoid, freckle white boy come out and spit some hard shit. That's gangster. Like the what gangster rap is.
you know what?
In essence,
All
is
right,
gone.
let's talk about that. So, do you feel like because it hasn't happened yet? Do you feel like there's ever going to be a white rapper that holds
like
the street
gangster,
down,
white
like
rapper?
that you see a hood nigga from, let's say, from your block listening to this nigga, and this white boy is like the 50 Cent or the the Tupac or whatever.
You
the
don't
fuck
see.
it is.
You're doing it.
I think 6ix9ine is like the
They're doing that now. Yeah, they're doing that shit
testing it
now.
out.
They're testing that shit out.
I don't think that should have ever happened.
It'll
So you
happen.
guys
It's
believe
a-
that it will happen?
It will.
That black motherfucker, young black kids are gonna be like,
Yes.
this guy is holding the street down.
That's not far-fetched.
Look at the whole. Look at the whole
I
gay.
feel like
look at
that's
the whole gay
far-fetched.
agenda,
That's-
man.
that's
Like,
damn
they
near
put that
impossible.
shit out. They put they freak the They are manipulating.
Like what
young
kind
brown
of
people.
what kind of white rapper will this guy have to be in order to?
Tattoos on his face. He got to have a body under his belt.
No, you
He
got
have
you
a
got
body under his belt, which is possible.
You got Lil Xan or whatever the fuck his name is. Pete or whatever the fuck.
You don't think black niggas ain't following that nigga like them niggas
Nah,
like
not like that. I'm talking about the same hold that 50 Cent had on the street. That's probably the last example I could think of. That somebody that I'm talking about. I seen niggas playing with Pokemon cards and turning into gangsters, listening to 50 Cent. I'm talking about a white boy that could have that same impact.
I can see that. I can see it.
You can see that happen.
I don't.
I'm sorry.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I will rock with it, but these young kids are lost. These young kids ain't got like who were their idols?
Gucci Mane, Chief Keef, Waka Flocka, Jeezy.
No
Yes.
young kids listen to Jeezy right now. Nah,
Not right now, but these are the guys that influenced them to be who they are.
I understand.
So what I'm saying, so the new generation.
But are you saying
Could
somebody...
could you? This is what I'm saying.
Are you
could
saying
you imagine a white gangster rapper that got the streets on lock?
If
I
he's
can
up-
see
That got niggas bucking the fuck out.
if he bumping hard enough nowadays in today's generation, we in a whole different world. Yes, if he rocking,
Man,
if he
that's gonna be really hard, bro.
if he goes riding the whip, now I mean talking some gangster shit with a gun in the fucking camera, yeah, I can see
I don't
that
think
shit.
that's all it
Ah,
takes.
man, it's really.
It-
I
it's
think
it's gonna be damn near
honestly
impossible.
it got to be authentic because
Oh, yeah,
gangster
but-
rap is rooted in the streets.
Yeah, it's
The
got,
real
but
shit.
you saying you can't find authentic
All
white
these
boy who
niggas that
spit?
popped off 50 Cent, Chief Keef, that was authentic shit.
But here we.
So to really pop off on that type of level, I think
But-
you got to be
but
really,
how-
really about
But how
it.
the politics? He
So
don't
if
got
it's a white boy
He don't
that's
got to say
really about
nigga.
it like
Yeah,
that, then
he don't got to
yeah,
say
fine.
nigga. He could still be humble enough to get the black vote, like to get the black people to vote for him. Like if he come out there like speaking on street, yeah, whatever. I listen to this, that, and the third, and Jay-Z, and blah. I always use the word nigga in my rhymes because I respect the streets. Hell yeah, he can get on. Hell, all you gotta do is have the right campaign.
Fuck getting
and
on. I'm talking about
and he can
leading
blow.
a whole generation.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about blowing though. We're talking about
Like
All right.
leading the charge.
You remember when 50 Cent came out, right?
Yeah.
How many niggas do you know that you grew up with that changed when 50 Cent came out? That went from being dweebs to fucking thugs.
Quite
Be
a few.
honest. Quite a few, right? So nowadays, could you picture a white boy having the same type of impact or effect on some young black kids in the hood?
Wait, first off, most of the young black rappers right now, like whether it be any of them talk about race don't matter, none of that shit don't matter. Like they're already indoctrinating them to get there.
I agree with that part. But
Even what's his name? What's that weird nigga name that be doing
I can't even think of any white rapper that's even close to it.
I'm not saying
That's why it's like
right
hard to
now
even fathom. Like,
right now
I
can
would
see
say
one.
I would say Eminem, but not in the gangster way, but just having that acceptance.
and the fact that Eminem is the only example that you could come up with is pretty sad because who the fuck ever looked at Eminem as this
he's
is
so-
like a
but
50 Cent or
I'm
like
not
he's
that.
so
saying
more-
gangster.
he's
I'm
so
not
more than all of
saying Eminem as a gangster. I'm saying Eminem as being authentic.
Influence.
Like just a real
Like-
white rapper.
Okay.
White
'Cause
nigga
fuck
from the
all
trailer
that.
park.
Okay, but
What I'm saying is-
can a white person come out? Can a white rapper come out and influence an entire black generation?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he's not
Yeah.
just saying a black. He's saying like real from the hood, like real.
I can see
The
it.
core.
All right, imagine
Real-
the next popping street rapper, not like the Baby or something like that, but,
Yeah.
but more than him, like
Yeah.
impacting the streets more than him, like a motherfucker that.
Like a Chief Keef, like 50 Cent.
Like a Chief Keef, like somebody, like everybody's like, yeah, a young Bob. It's the new.
He's got to have.
Yo, who you listening to?
He's got to have
DJ
impeccable
Vlad
flow.
is like DJ Vlad is interviewing somebody and was like, hey, so who are you listening to nowadays? Yo, I'm listening to
Young Bob.
I'm listening to Young Bob.
Young Bobby.
I'm listening to Young Bobby.
Young Bobby Blaze.
Yo, Young Bobby Blaze, like, yo, that nigga go hard. I don't give a fuck whether he white or not.
If he's
this
hot
nigga
enough-
got the streets on lock.
If he's hot enough,
Nah, I don't see that.
I can see
No.
that. I can see it. They already.
I don't think
don't see
I'll
that.
ever live in the moment where that shit would happen.
You can get
Like,
a black nigga with a fucking skirt on and have streets on lock nowadays. I'm talking in today's generation. We're from a different We're from a different generation.
But you're talking about just being popular. Like, you're talking about
That's
really
the same-
having the
that's-
streets on
that's
lock.
the-
Like, really,
what's
like,
the difference now? What's the difference now between popular
it's
and having streets on
different.
lock? It's not. No, it's
There's
not.
always gonna be a difference.
And
bro.
not the way they're doing.
There's all of that shit is pop culture to me. Like all of that.
You know why? Even for me, it's hard for me to fathom because I'm about to be 35 and I can't picture myself being in the streets active and all that. But even if I try to put myself in those shoes, like I can't picture myself bobbing like really fuck rocking with a white rapper that way. I'm sorry, I
understand it's
just
hard.
can't. Like,
He has to be impeccable. He has to. This person will have to be the best rapper
They
in
tried
the
to
fucking
do it
world.
with
Like,
what's
this
his
white
name?
boy would have
Slim
to be-
Jesus.
this white boy would have to be raised by a black family. He
had to be raised
would
by
have
wolves.
He would have to be fucking.
He got to be barking like
He would have
DMX.
to be the hoodest nigga ever. Like,
Yo, he got to be foaming at the mouth.
this nigga would have to be on some shit like, yeah, I'm white, but nigga, they picked me up from the gutter, from like the real dumpster, nigga.
Yo,
What's up? He would have to be on some shit like that.
He got to do a backflip right there. Like he got to talk some shit. It's just like do
He would have to be on some shit like, I had the 45 in my diaper, nigga. Some shit like
But
that.
the cameraman.
Like,
Yo, he gotta be
like, yo, check this out. I got a video with the 4.5 cocked when I was 5 years old. Like, some shit like that.
He just with the gunshots in the back. Nigga.
I was shooting shells before I could take a shit.
Yo,
Some shit like
there-
that.
there's a level of white hardness
sorry,
that
man.
can punch through that shit nowadays.
No.
if
You got some white niggas harder than anybody.
If we was in any
but
other
what I'm saying
generation,
is,
that
when it
shit
comes to
wouldn't go.
hip hop and that shit, like I
can
don't
tell-
know, man.
I
Like,
think
it's
Honestly,
very
I don't
hard
think
thing to
it
do.
would probably be that stereotypical though. It would probably be somebody that's like really like a
Introspective.
mobster type of like a real motherfucker. Like
I
what I'm saying?
think go now.
I can see that
I
happening.
just can't think of anybody close to that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if you ever heard of this nigga named Millies or something like that.
Yeah, I know. Who
He's
he
like
is.
the closest white rapper I've seen that's kind of like, you could picture him kind of.
Nah, but he's more like a miracle type, lyrical miracle type.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
okay. So who else other than this white rapper could you think
Just
of?
because we haven't met him
That's
before,
like-
he can't come out.
You know what?
His
He
first
probably
video,
could.
he gonna literally jump out of a fucking window.
I'm just trying to think.
on a
Okay,
bungee
somebody
cord,
hold on,
hold on.
and shoot at the shooting.
All right. So, hold on.
at the cat.
So let's stop exaggerating. Let's be really
But it's
honest
gotta be
here. No.
exaggerated.
Let's be really honest here. What kind of white rapper would, like? How would this nigga look? What would he act like? What kind of background would he have?
You gotta have
in
face
order to have the
tattoos.
streets on lock.
He gotta grow right from. He gotta be a Cali rapper. He gotta be Cali.
Why from Cali? That's
That's just a stamp. That's a stamp you gotta get. Like either Cali or New York. And New York rappers ain't gonna fuck with a New York rapper like that. So you gotta be from Cali. Cali's more accepting.
Yo, I agree with you though. That's interesting. I agree with him.
I would say like Philly. 'Cause that's
Nah,
where-
he would have to be.
I would say
Cali.
like
Definitely
Philly,
Cali.
Baltimore, because that's where the hoodest white motherfuckers is at. Philly, Baltimore.
Baltimore maybe.
You go to Philly,
Cali,
Baltimore, you see the
Baltimore maybe, yeah, but Philly too.
Cali
But I agree with you. I think
It
Cali.
gotta be Cali.
Cali-
Right? You gotta have
nah, I
tattoos on
don't
his
think
face.
so.
Yeah, I think Cali.
You gotta have
Cali
a
is too stereotypical.
You gotta have a
man. Like, that shit been burnt out for like.
It
shit
could,
is burnt out, bro.
Cali's
Niggas
real
been there, done
accepting,
that.
man. Cali's a real accepting
Yeah, it's
artist.
more like liberal
Nah,
and
it
shit
gotta
like
be
that.
more
so.
authentic than that. Cause
I'm just saying.
Cali is Hollywood, bro.
If he, well, that's what I'm saying. If he was gonna go off, it would have to be from Cali because.
Nah, I would think it had to be a real.
Even though Cali's
You gotta be
Hollywood,
real, like-
they're real accepting. They put stamps.
I'm
on
talking
everything.
about this nigga can say the N word
Like
and everything.
the
Like, this
game
nigga's
was
the hoodest
a
nigga.
rapper for fucking 2 years and they gave this nigga a fucking stamp.
Who?
The game was a rapper for fucking 2 years and he got the stamp from fucking Cali. Game wasn't a rapper. Game literally was not a rapper before he became a rapper. He was a rapper for fucking 2 years. Got on 50 shit. He got the stamp from 50. He got the stamp from fucking M, and boom. Now he's just one of the hardest rappers out there. Just he was from out there. He was from Compton and shit like that. Like Game was not
But
a
that's
rapper.
the game, though. I'm talking about like a straight white boy.
But I'm just saying.
I think that's what y'all missing. Like, I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you
white
mean.
boy,
We
like-
had this talk before, like.
the
like,
credentials
talking
got
about a real
the
white
credentials
boy
have to be. That's why I said he has to have a body on his
You're talking
fucking
about a
name.
white boy with real street cred, like
You gotta have at least-
authentic
I'm talking
street
about
cred.
like
He had to have done some time.
you're an 18-year-old nigga in the hood, and you listen to this nigga. Like,
Yeah.
he's the shit. He's the nigga you listen to.
He got to be hard as fuck. He has to be.
I think it just got to be authentic. Like, just
I'm not
to
saying.
the
I'm not
core.
saying it's easy. I'm not saying that this lane is easy. But they been
Like,
trying
I'm
to-
talking about where he like, me and my niggas posted up on a block. Like, he
If
can say
if he uses the N word,
he can say nigga and all that. Like, and nobody questions
Niggas
it
ain't
or
saying
nothing.
that.
Like, this nigga's that hard. Like,
yo,
Yo.
TMZ come. He gotta pull the Glock out on TMZ. Like,
I'm just trying to fathom it, and I just can't.
he'd have a short-lived career, and then he gets shot. Then he die, and then he would just be.
I mean-
he probably have.
Well,
he'd
I mean,
probably
if
die.
he gets shot and died,
I mean,
he's
you
gonna be
definitely-
immortal. But
I mean, don't get it fucked up. You definitely got white boys out there that's really like.
no. Yeah, but what I'm saying
He says
is,
he can have the
but
streets
could
on
that
lock.
translate? Could that translate into hip hop though?
Give it another.
So
couple.
you do have some hard ass white boys out there like that. That
And
niggas allow them to say nigga and all that.
Yeah.
But could that translate into the hip hop world where, just like 50 Cent had an impact, you got niggas riding around in the whip rocking this nigga. Like, this is the streets.
Wearing bulletproof vests.
Yeah, wearing bulletproof vests, yo. Yo, we rocking, yo.
Give
yo,
us
I
another
don't give a
5
fuck,
years.
nigga. We on that 300 block, listening to motherfucking Bob, nigga.
Give us another 5 years, and then let's revisit this conversation. Because I guarantee you, in the next 5 years, the way they're bitching rap, the way they're bitching the game that right now, yeah, I can see that. Maybe not now.
I think
But-
the day that happens is the day they try to rewrite like history.
Yo, the day that happens, that's gonna be Elvis in the flesh. Like this nigga gonna take like, rap is no longer a black thing. It's gonna be white, whitewashed.
Yeah. It's already getting whitewashed. They already what's popular is what they put on. Is what they.
But it's still mainly black artists. Though.
People like to say that, but I don't think that's true.
We
Because I think the hood still dictate what's cool.